Today we are starting the first lesson in this book, which is going to be an introduction about the following units. In this introduction, we will talk or we will read and listen to some articles and stories that revise or let's say gives an overview about the topics that we are going to discuss in the following units. The title of the unit is, as you can see here, is Intro. The word intro is a shortcut for the word introduction. Introduction means something you take it as the beginning or opening for something. So before you start something, you have an introduction. This introduction gives you an overview, gives you some ideas, advices, and things so you can start with in the right way. After that, in the introduction or in the intro, we have the first lesson, which is listen and discuss. Listen and discuss. In each listen and discuss and reading lessons, we have some questions that we start with before we start reading the articles or the essays. Why we have these questions? These questions are grabbing our attention more to the material that we are going to read, and it also makes us think and reflect about the ideas that we are going to read about so we can understand them in a better way. Today we have read and find out what each text is about. So we have different texts, not only one. We have different texts. So we will read, and then we have 4 categories. Human behavior is number 1. A clever business decision is number 2. Number 3 is an accidental discovery. Number 4, a breakthrough in space exploration. So we have 4 categories. Number 1, human behavior. Number 2, clever business decision. Number 3, an accidental discovery. Number 4, breakthrough in space exploration. And I want to explain the word clever business decision. It means that someone who makes an intelligent idea about starting a business. So the word clever means smart, genius, intelligent, okay? Clever business decision. An accidental discovery. The word accidental means something wasn't intended in the first place. So let's say that you are going somewhere and by accident you find something else that you didn't think about, and you explore that thing or you discover that thing. This is called an accidental, something you haven't planned for, but you managed to find. So we have 4. Number 1, human behavior. Clever business decision. Number 3, accidental discovery. Number 4, breakthrough in space exploration. Now we are going to listen to the first one, which is rocking chairs. Make sure to pick up your pens, underline the new words and the difficult ones. Try to understand their meanings from within the context and to know how to pronounce them properly. This is the first point. The second point, try to get which or to what category does each paragraph belong. We have 4 categories: human behavior, clever business decision, accidental discovery, breakthrough in space exploration. And we have all these stories and paragraphs. So I want you to pick the perfect category for each one of these paragraphs. Now we are going ahead to listen to the first one, which is rocking chairs where?
Intro Unit, pages 2 and 3. 1. Listen and discuss.
Rocking chairs where? Usually, people expect to see them on front porches, living rooms, bedrooms, cozy places where one is likely to have the time to relax. One of the last places where you'd expect to see rocking chairs is a busy airport, right? Wrong. Rocking chairs have caught on as a special touch in about 40 airports in the U.S. The trend started in 1997 at an international airport that was hosting a photography exhibit called Porch Sitting. There were photos of porches with rocking chairs, with actual rocking chairs placed in front of the photos as props. When the exhibit was over and the rocking chairs were being removed, people started protesting. So the airport manager was quick to respond. He kept the chairs and ordered more. From then on, rocking chairs spread as a trend to more airports.
Okay, now we have two words, protesting and the word porches. These words, maybe you are running to them for the first time. The word porch means a front balcony. If you have a house and there is a balcony, we are used to the balcony to be in the second or in the third floor, but the porch usually is in front of the house. It's like in a front yard, but it's not a yard, it's like a balcony. It's in front of the house. It is called porch. Number two, the word protesting. Here it says when the exhibit was over and the rocking chairs were being removed, people started protesting. It means that people started opposing, people were not happy about the decision that the officials in the airport have made, so they are asking them to keep the chairs. Protesting means that you are not advocating for that decision. That means you are against a decision and you are asking for it to be changed. Now let's go ahead and listen to number two.
Is Europa similar to Earth? A reprocessed high-resolution photo of Jupiter's moon, Europa, was released in 2014, showing the largest proportion of the satellite's surface. Scientists claim that there is water underneath Europa's icy shell that could host life under the right conditions. This has provided an additional incentive to push forward with the exploration of this amazingly colorful moon. A new study also suggests that there are big plates of ice sliding over and under each other within Europa's shell. This effectively means that the Earth is not the only solar system body that possesses plate tectonics, as was formerly believed.
Okay, now we are
Did
going
you know that?
to talk about the word incentive. We have maybe some new words, but we are going to focus only on the word incentive. The word incentive means something you give as a reward or as an exchange for something that other people have done. It's like a prize, it's like a reward. For example, here they are saying this has provided an additional incentive to push forward within the exploration of his amazingly colorful moon. The word incentive, for example, if you say to your kid, if you read this book, I will give you 100 riyals, or I will give you something, or I will take you to the park. This is an incentive. The money you give him or the trip you are taking him to or taking her to this is called incentive. So when they discovered something that was incentive to push them forward. Okay, now let's go ahead and listen to number three. Did you know?
Safety glass, which is widely used in windshields, safety goggles, and more, was invented by accident over a century ago. In the early 1900s, a French scientist accidentally knocked a glass flask off his desk. The flask fell to the floor, but only cracked instead of shattering into pieces. Having inspected the broken flask, he realized that it had contained plastic cellulose nitrate, which had coated the glass and prevented it from shattering upon impact.
Okay. In this article, we will talk about the word goggles. The word goggle means, we all know the glasses, the sunglasses, but the goggles are something similar, but they are not the one, or they are not the glasses that we are used to use in our daily life. The goggles are mostly used by the skiers and or while people go snowboarding and so on, they use goggles. Why? Because they are not, or the snow, because they have a windshield and snow shield, so they don't break if they fall on the earth and so on. Now let's go to the following article. It is, and did you know that?
And did you know that? The first synthetic dye was accidentally created in 1856 by William Perkin, an 18-year-old chemist. He was carrying out an experiment in search of a cure for malaria when it all went very wrong, resulting in a murky mess in the petri dish. Upon closer examination, William noticed a brilliant color radiating from the petri dish. It was the beginning of synthetic dyes that would change the world of fashion and manufacturing forever. Would you...
Okay, after that we have the last one. Would you gossip about a friend?
Would you gossip about a friend? Gossip and rumors can destroy a young person's self-confidence and affect their self-esteem. It can also lead to serious conditions such as depression, anxiety, and eating disorders. Betraying the trust of a friend by talking behind their back reflects very badly on the person gossiping. People instantly assume that if one is capable of gossiping about a friend, then he or she is capable of doing it about anyone and keep their distance. Talking about a friend with negative intent does not make one stand out or help him or her become more popular. It is the surest way of isolating oneself and gradually losing one's friends altogether.
Okay, here we are going to talk about the word gossip and stand out. The word gossip means that you talk about someone else in a bad manner or in a negative manners. For example, you talk about him or her in any field or in any area of his life or her life in a negative way, trying to show the negative sides of their lives to the other people, trying to damage their characters, their reputation, and so on. So this is the gossiping, talking about the other people without their knowledge. After that, we have the word stand out. Stand out means something that makes you distinguished, something that makes you exceptional, extraordinary, not like the other people. So here saying, talking about a friend with negative intent doesn't make one stand out or help him or her become more popular. So gossiping is not helping. It doesn't make you stand out. Now we are going back to the first page where we have listen and discuss. We said that we have 4 categories to our lesson today. And these categories are human behavior, a clever business decision, an accidental discovery, and a breakthrough in space exploration. Okay, in your opinion, where does this story belong to, or to which category does this story belong to? Does it belong to human behavior or business clever decision? I think this one belongs to number 2, a clever business decision. After that is Europa, similar to Earth. This one is very obvious. It is a breakthrough in space exploration. Number 3, safety glass, which is widely used in windshield safety goggles and more, was invented by accident. So we have here something was or could be considered as an accidental discovery, which is number 3. Then we have also, and did you know that the first synthetic dye was accidentally created? Here also we have something was found or was discovered by accident. Would you gossip about a friend? This one talks about a human behavior. So it belongs to the first category, which is human behavior. Human behavior means something people are used to do. Gossiping is one of these things, so it goes to that category. After that, we have a pair work. In this pair work, we are going to brainstorm. Number 8. Before you discuss each issue, brainstorm and think of language you can use to express your opinion or view, to agree or disagree, to present arguments, to ask for and give clarification or confirmation, to make suggestions, to summarize or recap. B, which topic or topics would you like to find out more about and why? C, present similar examples that you know about. Okay, in this part, as you can notice, we have here more than one point. For example, expressing opinions, agreeing or disagreeing, presenting arguments, asking for giving clarification and confirmation, making suggestions, and summarizing. All these things are going to be discovered and explored in a deeper and wider way in the following units. In each unit, there are some ways of expressing our own ideas, our own thoughts are going to be explored and digged in. For example, we will be able to learn how to express our opinions and our feelings, how to write about them, how to link them with events that happened in our lives, and how to mix these events with our feelings and how we felt toward this event at that time. We're also going to make suggestions. We are going to learn how to summarize stories in writing lessons. There is a writing lesson where you will read one story or more. So you will be asked to summarize that story. You will learn what are the steps that you could follow to summarize something. Also, you will be able to make suggestions, to give advices, and to ask for clarifications if you have a confusion about something. Okay, we have read 5 short texts about many different topics. Which one of these topics would you like to find out more about? And why? Each one of you maybe have his or her area of interest. So we might not like the same topic. Each one of us will maybe have a different one. So most of these topics are going to be discovered in the following units in a deeper way. We are going to talk about them. We are going to read some articles about the gossiping, about the explorations, about the human behavior. And we are also going to read about the accidental discoveries and how some people were lucky to find treasures and to discover all the places and so on. This is the last part of our lesson today. Thank you all for attending our first lesson, and I wish you enjoy the rest of the day. Assalamu alaikum.